Hello YouTube. I was laying in bed this morning dreaming away and the phone rings. And it's a good friend of mine called me up and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm sleeping." He says, "You want to go pheasant hunting?" Well, I jumped out of bed and got dressed and I was over to his house in no time. He's got a new puppy that he's working with and he's got an older dog. The older dog's name's Charlie and the young dog's named Diesel. And we went out and did a little pheasant hunting this morning. We had a real nice time. The dogs did very, very well. Here's a little video from this morning. Last evening, Michael and I had the pleasure of fishing with Hawk from Captain Bob's. We had set up a little charter with him, a bass fishing charter, and we had a really nice time. It was a beautiful evening. This is the second time that I've gone out with Michael with Hawk from Captain Bob's guiding us, and let me tell you, he does a first-rate job of it. If anybody has any grandkids or a son or whatever and they'd like to set up a little fishing trip with them, this is a place to start. It's great. He's a good teacher. He taught us quite a few tactics with the bass last night. The bass slayer Michael and I had our normal little fishing contest. 1 point for the first fish, 1 point for the most fish, and 1 point for the biggest fish. Well, Michael the Bass Slayer whooped me last night. He won all 3 categories. Grand Slam. He spanked me bad. His strategy was to catch the first fish using some of Captain Bob's special bait, which is a nerm. Hand-picked nerms last night, and he caught the first fish within seconds of his bait hitting the water. Then he proceeded with using those nerms. He proceeded to stack up several bluegills, which helped him with the total fish for the night. Well, I was a little behind. He had the first fish and he had the most fish, and then we switched tactics and we started fishing for bass. Well, I hit a real nice bass, beautiful bass. So I figured I had the biggest bass of the night. Right after I caught that nice fish, that nice bass, I thought I had the big fish for the night. Michael nails a huge bass, 17-inch largemouth. Does a real good job landing it. We measure it up, and it is now the biggest bass of the night. So he has the first fish, he has the most fish, and now he has the biggest fish for the night. Well, I tried to catch up all night, but I didn't have any luck. Michael kept nailing them one after another. He caught several real nice bass last night. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time. It was a beautiful night. The water was like glass last night. We fished right up until sunset. It was a real good night. I really enjoyed fishing with Michael, and Hawk from Captain Bob's couldn't have been a better guide. We had a real nice time. I would highly recommend him if anybody's looking for a bass advice or bass fishing, small bass fishing trip for an evening or a morning or something. I would highly recommend him. Here's the video from last night.